delta 2 will become minus 76, and delta 1 is already minus 76, delta is minus 38. Okay, we got it like this. Now I have to calculate the delta 3. I think delta 3 also simply replace the last column with constants. That also we may write delta 3 as like this. This delta 3 is equivalent to here 2 minus 1 3 minus 1 2 1 8 4 0. So this I have to evaluate. This I may get like this, 2 into 0 minus 4, right, plus 1 into, eliminating this one, 0 minus 12, right, again plus 8 into, eliminating this one, minus 1 minus 6, minus 1 minus 6, so minus 8 minus 12 minus 56. So this also will becomes that minus 76. So you got the delta 3 as minus 76, you got the delta 2 as minus 76, you got the delta 1 as minus 76 and delta as minus 38. So we got all the three requirements what we want to require, we got it. Now I have to calculate the x value and y value and z value. By the known facts or by our basic knowledge, we may come to conclusion x as delta 1 by delta, that everybody will know that minus 76 by minus 38, so this is equal to 2. Y is delta 2 by delta, this I can write minus 76 by minus 38, that is also equal to 2. Similarly, z is equal to delta 3 by delta, that is equal to minus 76 by minus 38, that is also 2. So you got the x value, you got the y value, you got the z value. So these are the x value and y value and z value. Here I am discussing the one important concept, whether we are getting the some solutions, whether they are right or not, we can verify. So now I am doing that verification. Verification I am doing here. Verification is here, we may apply this verification. Here you know the x value, we know x is 2, we know x is 2, y is 2, z is 2, right, you got the x, y value, z value. Substitute these values any one of the equation, any one of the given equations. We know the first equation is, 2x minus y plus 3z is equal to 8. Here I would like to substitute these values, 2 into 2 minus 2 plus 3 into 2. So here this is 4 minus 2 plus 6, this will be 8. 8 is equal to 8, this balance na. So that's why what you get, these are the right solutions. What we get, these are the right solutions. So here in this part I am discussing whether the obtained answers are correct or not. We will verify by using like this. Substitute these in the directly equation 1 or 2 or 3 or not only one, any one of the equation, in any one of the equation you may substitute. We get, if it balanced, that's the correct answer. Otherwise we are done wrong. Again you have to go to the next step and verify it. That's the way to approach it. Okay. Now this is the solving a system of equations by using Cramer's rule. Now I am going to the another method. So till now we discussed the Gauss-Jordan, Cramer's rules, right. Third method is there. Actually it is the first method, but it's a simpler method and it's almost less important. That's why I am giving the important wise. First important is Gauss-Jordan and next important is Cramer's and next important is inversion method. Sometimes only, very few times only they may ask, but this also you have to learn it. Why? Because inverse matrix is used for directly they may question find the matrix inverse. In that case also it may occur in 4 marks. So for that purpose now I am going to discuss the matrix inversion method. Generally everybody will know this. It is a general system of equation and this we can convert into matrix equation form. Ax is equal to b. Now I am explaining briefly what method you have to follow and how can we write. See, Ax is equal to b, you know that. Our ultimate aim is solving x value, y value, z value. So to get it, Ax is equal to b is the equation. From this you have to derive it. So that purpose, here I would like to multiply both sides with A inverse. That means A inverse into Ax is equal to A inverse into B. From this, we apply the associative law. A inverse into A into X is equal to A inverse B. Everybody will know that since A inverse into A is equal to identity. So based on that, identity into X is equal to A inverse B. That identity X is X only. X is equal to A inverse B. So this is a general solution. So to solve that directly, X will be equal to A inverse into B. This is the matrix inversion method. In this method, finding of A inverse is only the difficult. Rest of the part is very easy. If you can find inverse matrix, then you get the answer. But what is the inverse? Here only I am discussing. We know that A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant A into adjoint of A. It's an important thing. Why? Because they may question as a 4 marks question also. Find matrix, inverse matrix. So that's why A inverse is equal to 1 by det A into adjoint of A, provided determinant A not equal to 0. Under this condition only, if determinant A equal to 0, we can't find inverse. Inverse doesn't exist. Inverse doesn't exist. If determinant of A not equal to 0, then the A inverse will be equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. Here again two terms we discuss. Here adjoint of A. What is adjoint of A? What we call here adjoint of A. So that is also while doing the problem I will discuss. A inverse is equal to 1 by det A into adjoint A, that is equal to determinant of A not equal to 0. So this is the inverse matrix and this is called as matrix inversion method. Matrix inversion method. Okay. Now I would like to define the just adjoint A matrix or adjoint matrix, and here we discuss the some important points also. That's why I am discussing like this. In this one, in our case here, we have like this. Adjoint A is actually adjoint A is equal to cofactors transpose, cofactors matrix transpose, cofactors matrix transpose. That means in the matrix A, every element is replaced by its cofactors and then it transposed. You got the adjoint A. We got the adjoint A. Here two important points I am going to discuss, and these are very very important in 2 marks questions also. These are very very important. You remember one thing. A into adjoint A is equal to adjoint A into A is equal to det A into I. Determinant of A into identity. Here I am discussing, these are the notes. It's a very very important. You remember this part. It's the first note. A into adjoint A is equal to adjoint A into A is equal to det A into I. Right. Now second note is, here I am discussing determinant of adjoint A is equal to det A to the power of n minus 1, where A is, if A is n by nth order matrix, n by nth ordered matrix. So this is also a second point. I think you are understanding now. Determinant of adjoint A is equivalent to det A to the power of n minus 1 if A is n by nth order matrix. So this is these two important points you have discussed. You have to remember, these are the key points and these will be asked, these will be questioned in 2 marks questions. Very very important questions also. Even in EAMCET orientation or any of the objective orientation, this may occur as objective